Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into something pretty cool, mixing ancient crafts with really cutting-edge tech.
Exactly. We're looking at fermentation, specifically apple cider.
Right, and these two students, Kesser and Steen, from a Nature and Innovation class, they're making cider, their first batch actually, for someone called Tante Grün.
And their big question, which is kind of our big question for this deep dive, is can AI actually help them, like in a real hands-on way?
Yeah, how does AI fit into something so earthy, so experimental?
We'll look at what AI suggested, which is interesting. But maybe more interesting is how these students reacted.
Definitely. So what does this all mean for you listening? It's really about, how we balance these new digital tools with, well, age-old wisdom.
And maybe figure out where real innovation pops up. Is it the tool or how you use it? Or maybe something else entirely?
Okay, let's unpack this then. Kesser and Steen, they're in this class, right? Nature, innovation, experimentation. That's the vibe.
So naturally, they thought, hey, let's ask ChatGPT.
Makes sense. They wanted ideas, ways AI could help that weren't super technical or going to break the bank, keeping it grounded.
What's fascinating is what the AI came back with. It wasn't trying to, take over the whole project.
No, it was more about support, wasn't it? Augmenting their process.
Exactly. Offering ways to monitor, to analyze, maybe generate some ideas, but leaving the actual cider making to them.
So things like a digital fermentation diary, logging temperature, bubbles, smells.
Yeah. And the AI could even chime in, suggesting things like, okay, looks like your cider's dry now, maybe time to bottle.
Right. Or an AI taste translator. That sounds interesting.
Linking their descriptions, it tastes sweet, a bit fermented, it's tingly, to actual next steps.
Like adding sugar or waiting or maybe tooling it down.
It also suggested a virtual mentor for quick questions like, is this foam normal? Or how do I get more fizz? Stuff like that.
Okay, practical. And also help with tracking experiments if they did multiple batches.
Yep, tracking parallel batches, generating research notes, comparing results visually.
Ah, the visualization part. Graphs showing pH changes, temperature curves, that sort of thing.
And even an OpScripts generator, basically a recipe generator suggesting different apple blends and predicting the taste.
So a whole toolkit of digital aids. Pretty comprehensive, really.
You'd think so.
But here's where it gets really, really interesting. The twist.
Go on.
After seeing all this, Kesser and Steen decided, nope, they're sticking with their good old-fashioned manual logbook.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. They basically said there was nothing genuinely new or smart in the suggestions. They actually called it, wait for it, another PhD from ChatGPT.
PhD.
Project half done.
Ouch. Okay, that's quite a reaction. Project half done.
It tells you something, doesn't it? So why? Why would these students who are all about innovation find these AI ideas so uninspired?
Well, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Maybe it speaks to the value they place on, direct observation, getting their hands dirty.
The actual feeling and smelling and tasting involved in learning a craft like fermentation.
Precisely. That tactile sensory experience, maybe digital tool, however clever, just can't replace that initial learning curve, that connection. Perhaps the AI suggestions felt a bit superficial to them?
Could be. But despite being skeptical about ChatGPT's specific ideas, they are thinking about visualizing their data.
Ah, okay, so not totally anti-tech.
No, they're considering drawing graphs for their measurements, pH, specific gravity, that's the Oaksley or Brix reading, temperature.
So they see value in data analysis, just maybe not the AI-generated package deal they were offered.
Exactly. But here's the real kicker. They want to measure yeast cell count, which is pretty advanced stuff.
Right, you usually need lab equipment for that, like a spectrophotometer.
Which they don't have. So instead of going back to AI for like a workaround or alternative,
what are they doing?
They're thinking about building their own spectrophotometer.
Get out. Seriously, building one.
Yep, building their own tool to do deeper chemical experiments.
Okay, that speaks volumes. For them, innovation isn't just using a fancy app. It's understanding the how and the why so deeply that they can actually construct the tools themselves.
It's about mastering the process, the science behind it, not just getting the cider made quickly.
So they're really charting their own course here. It's old school observation meets this incredible DIY, hands-on engineering spirit.
Even when AI offered what looked like helpful shortcuts, they chose a different path to discovery.
And their journey really makes you think, beyond just giving practical advice, What could AI truly offer to genuinely fuel that kind of human curiosity, that hands-on discovery?
Yeah, how could AI augment that inventive spirit, not just try to replace bits of the process?
What would AI have needed to suggest to impress them, to feel new and smart?
That's the question. And maybe you listening have some ideas. What new and smart approaches could AI take for Kesser and Steen?
Or for anyone learning a hands-on skill, how could AI enhance learning and experimentation without, taking away the actual magic of figuring things out yourself?
Something to think about. What creative ways could AI be a partner in discovery, not just a shortcut provider? We'd be curious to hear your thoughts.